gentlemen, I mentioned our show was musical, vaudeville and variety. Nobody deserves that title more than my next guest. A gentleman who's been part of the entertainment scene here on the Gold Coast for more than 20 years. That's a rare record indeed. Those of you who've holidayed regularly on the Gold Coast will remember his early shows at the old Coolangatta Hotel, alas no more. And then his wonderful seasons at the Broadbeach International. And now I'm happy to say that for some years he's been part of our show here at the Music Hall, and love him we do too. So ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice big musical welcome for the inimitable Mr. Peter Moselle. He is Peter.
Evening all. Nice. How are you, Launceston? I thought you might have been. I went down there, you know, with the show for a couple of years. I went down actually for 4 weeks, and I liked it so much I stayed for a couple of years. I can't remember exactly when it was, but I do remember that at that time, over in America, they issued the Nixon memoirs. And to promote them, they gave away a free pair of Nixon jeans. They were rather unusual. They had no zips, no buttons, just a Watergate. And over here in Australia, we had the usual government sackings in high places, which reminds me, on another occasion, in the little pub we were working in the Royal Oak, this young bloke came to audition for the show as a female impersonator. But he did confide in me that for this sort of work he had a bit of a handicap. Have you guessed? He was rather over-endowed. So I said, well, really, that's nothing to worry about, but I would advise you to get a job in a drag show as a female impersonator. Every night before you go to work, fill a bath full of cold water, put plenty of ice blocks in there, hop in and stay there until your Senator withers. Oh, God. Then I decided to come back to Queensland. And why not? Queensland, so I did. I put on a new show at the top of the state in Brisbane. I got new pantyhose for all the boys in the show. I got the latest shade, the Jelky Peterson beige. They're long, inclined to be narrow. You can't march in them. You definitely can't strike in them. But they're guaranteed to look after your peanuts. If you have them, which reminds me, on another occasion down there in the Royal Oak, I got into the show rather early one evening, and I was dying for a wee. Well, the closest toilet to the dressing room was the ladies. I thought, oh, what the hell, there's nobody here, so I hopped in there. I was standing there having a wee, and this woman came in while she screamed. She said, here, this is for ladies. I said, now what the hell do you think this is for? I loved it down there too. I used to do a few impressions for them. I used to do an impression of a honeymoon couple on the first morning of their honeymoon, both been to the bathroom, standing there with the towel wrapped around themselves. Hey, baby, drop your towel down. I? Why do you want me to drop my towel down? I want to take a photograph of you with nothing on. Why on earth do you want a photograph of me with nothing on? I want to keep it next to my heart for the rest of my life. Oh, what a lovely thought. All right, I'll let you take a photograph of me with nothing on as long as you let me take a photograph of you with nothing on. Oh, you mad impetuous kid, you. Why do you want a photograph of me with nothing on? Oh, I want to have it enlarged. That was a little winter joke. A little Launceston one, as a matter of fact. It gets very chilly around the showground down there, doesn't it? There was this other honeymoon couple. He got up on the first morning of the honeymoon, which wasn't a bad effort, I suppose, went outside into the lounge room, switched on the television set. Say, darling, come and see Oliver Twist. She said, if that damn thing does one more trick, I'm going home to mother. Nobody else listening, is there? This young bloke met this beautiful bit of homework at a dance one Saturday night. He said, I would not like to take you home. She said, righto. So he did. He took her home, and outside the little girl's place, they were necking it up in the car. He said, I'd like to come in for a little, you know. She said, Jess, I'd like to let you. But unfortunately, Mummy and Daddy always wait up for me. She said, but I tell you what, tomorrow's Sunday. If you'd like to come over, meet the folks, have dinner. After dinner, they always go to church. We'll be left on our own, and everything will be all right. So he said, wacko. Well, he was driving over the next day, stopped off at the chemist shop. Could you start again? They're right back in fashion, as a matter of fact. Sure goes to prove you keep anything long enough. Look at me. So he got a bag of the necessaries from the chemist, went on to the little girl's place, met Mother and Father, had dinner. After dinner, Father said, well, Mother and I are off to church. Now, how about you two youngsters? So he jumped up and said, yes, I'd love to come to church with you and Mother. Well, the little girl glared at him as they were going out the door. She said, you didn't tell me you were religious. She said, no, and you didn't tell me your father was a bloody chemist. Oh, goodness. I think we better get on with the show before we're all locked up. Right now, I'd like to sing you a little number from the Hit Parade, 1936. Little number for the ladies, God bless them. Also a bit of advice for the blokes in the audience. She may be weary, women do get weary, wearing the same shabby dress. But when she's weary, try a little tenderness. She may be waiting, just anticipating things she may never possess. While she's without them, try a little tenderness. It's not just sentimental. She has her grief and her care. But a word that's soft and gentle makes life easier to bear. You won't regret it. Women don't forget it. Love is their whole happiness. It's oh so easy. Try a little tenderness. Sing that.